Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond and this is HelloFounder. I am the creator of HelloFounder, and HelloFounder is an online space for aspiring and starting entrepreneurs to find resources, tools to help them mostly launch the business idea, or you're just starting out in business, you've launched it but moving forward is a problem. This is a space to help you move forward or launch your business. That being said, and all that gotten out of the way, today we're going to be discussing 11 questions that investors, VCs, would always ask that you should be prepared for. I attended a funding event recently, and the first question that I found a lot of them were struggling with, people that were pitching their ideas, was when the VCs would ask them, what is your USP? What is your unique selling point? What makes you different from other people in the industry? Most of them were really struggling with this answer. So before you go into a VC meeting, you have to address what makes you different from other people in your industry doing the same thing that you're doing. For example, for HelloFounder, what makes us different is that we are targeting budget, aspiring and starting entrepreneurs. We're not just targeting entrepreneurs. It's mostly people who don't have a lot of capital, who are trying to navigate the challenges that they face in their everyday business, and we're targeting those people. So what makes you different from other people is a question that you have to answer in your business. And let me just say, guys, high quality and low pricing, these things are barely USPs. You need to dig beyond these things to find a USP that really holds people's attention. And where do you find these USPs? You're looking at things like, what is it that your target audience is constantly complaining about that nobody is tackling? What is it that your target audience always asks for that nobody is offering? What do you see as the future of your industry that other people haven't caught up with yet? Just things like that. The second question that a lot of VCs would ask you is, what is your business model? Now, when they ask you what is your business model, they're simply asking you, how does your business make money? They could also coin this as, what is your revenue model, or what is your earning plan? So the point of this question is to know exactly if you figured out how you're going to make money for this business. As much as your business might be, it would be your passion and all of that, they want to make sure that there's a way they can make their money back if they actually invest in your business. So if you don't have a means of making money yet, you might be looking at connecting with angel investors versus venture capitalists. Angel investors are people that just give you money because they feel like you have a big dream. They would love to have their money back, but they just want to support you. VCs are giving you money specifically because they want their money back. You have to pay them your money. So they're either leveraging equity or mostly equity for venture capitalists. So when you are looking at going to meet VCs, they want to know that your business is viable in the first place before they start investing their own coins into your business. So how exactly does your business make money? You have to answer that. And when you're answering this, make sure it's a viable method that you know for a certain works. And if you're not sure yet, simply say that you have 3 methods that you're testing out. This is the result of your first test. You're trying the second one and then the third one. The third question that VCs often ask is, what is your sustainability plan? Like, how do you stay sustainable in your business? Now, when they're asking this question, they're simply asking you, if you die tomorrow, if you disappear tomorrow, will this business still be existing? That's what they're asking you. They're not asking you anything else. So don't start answering questions off P. If you're not existing tomorrow, how would this business keep going? So what have you set in place to help keep the business afloat if you're no longer there? For me, for example, when people were being asked this question, I just shrunk into my seat because the answer is nothing. I'm literally the founder. I'm currently just the one pushing and pulling my business. I don't have a partner. I don't have a huge team. I'm a sole proprietor. And this is why a lot of VCs prefer to invest in companies that already kind of have a team, they kind of have a structure, versus companies that's just like one person, because when you die, the business dies and their money dies with you. So, or if something happens, or you say you're no longer interested, that's it, the money is gone. No other person is going to be available to keep going. The fourth question that a lot of VCs would ask you is, do you have a team and do you have structure in place? Now, when they ask you this question, it's very important that even if you don't have a large team, even if you just have like 3 people, the answer is yes, and then go ahead to explain how each member of that team adds value on the team. So, this is what I bring to the table, this is what they bring, this is what they bring, this is what they bring, and things like that. That way VCs can understand how you were able to curate your team and explain the structure that exists as you work with your team. So there are different kinds of venture capital firms. There are firms that invest in just your ideas. There are firms that invest in already early stage companies, and then there are firms who just want to invest in like people that have, you know, figured out their shit, that have a team, and they're looking for money to scale, to grow. So it's very important to also know the firm that you're trying to raise money from. And why I said this is, not everybody has a team. You know, right now I don't have a huge team. So if I'm going to a VC that only invests in people that have a huge team, they're most likely going to say no. If I'm going to an early stage fund, I'm going to, you know, places where they invest in ideas and they invest in people, and they say, okay, you know what, it's a great idea, we're going to make it happen for you, then I might have a chance to get in the money from them. So understanding that would also help you understand how to answer this question of teams, and help you realize very early on if not having a team, if you don't have one, is a disadvantage on your end. The fifth question VCs would ask is, who is your target audience? I also heard a lot of people just mess this question up when they were being asked at the event, like, who is your target audience? Somebody was, you know, pitching a product they had created for babies, and they said that the target audience were moms, and then were babies rather. And the VC asked, well, can babies afford to buy a product? Of course, they can't afford to buy a product, so you're actually targeting moms. And this is such an important question to answer, because it would help you with pricing, with marketing, with a lot of decision making in your product or in your service business. So you really need to understand how to describe your target audience. In HelloFounder, we have a worksheet that would help you answer some basic questions, and we also have an audio training on how you can define your target audience beyond just things like, oh, they're male between the ages of 5 and 12. Or, oh, they are male between the ages of 13 to 34. This training would actually help you define your target audience properly, so that when people ask you who is your target audience, you don't answer that, oh, our target audience are men and women between the ages of 18 to 34. No, if you ask me who my target audience is, I can describe their motivation, their challenges, how old they are, where they are living, things like that. You need to be able to describe all these things and so much more for your target audience. The sixth question a lot of VCs ask is, what is your market share? Now, when a VC is asking you what is your market share, they're simply asking you, well, you have a large market. What percentage of this market can your product actually serve? Some people are, you know, excited by numbers. Some people are like, well, we're looking at 10 million people, 5 million people, blah, blah, blah. When it comes to answering this question, I love it when companies can honestly be realistic about their numbers. Being really fake and trying to project large numbers makes you look like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So it's better to do research and then come up with, you know, a realistic number. Even if ever that person in the room is pitching like large numbers, VCs would be more interested in somebody that is saying, you know, this is what the number is out there, but this is what we believe is our target right now. Can it expand? Most likely, but this is what we're looking at, and being realistic as regards to the numbers, because when you start calling big numbers, people just zone out, like, okay, what's happening? How do you even come up with those numbers? That's what people will start to ask you. So be way more realistic than optimistic when it comes to pitching VCs. Have a blend of both. It helps VCs just feel like you know what you're doing and they can trust you better. The seventh question you're most likely to get from VCs is, have you validated your idea? Like, have you actually gone through the process of making sure that people want this product? And this is usually for early stage funds and people that invest in ideas. If you really want them to like, oh, this is really good, and be more open to what you're saying, it would be really cool if you have actually gone through the process of validating your idea. This video will show you how to validate your idea before you go to meet the VCs and to have that conversation with them, because if they see that you've been able to validate your idea and that, you know, people actually want what you're offering, they are way more open to having further conversations with you about your business idea. Number 8 is, who is your competition? Now, when they ask this question, A lot of founders are tempted to sound smart and be like, we don't have any competition, we are without competition, we are just like such a unicorn. Well, here's the thing, when you say that, you just sound really, really stupid. They feel like you don't know what you're saying, you've not done the research in your business. Because here's the thing, everyone has competition. Instagram has a competition, Facebook has competition, SpaceX has competition, Tesla has competition. The point is, lots and lots of big companies have competition. So why the fuck do you think that you don't have any competition? So find your competition, know their strengths, know their weaknesses. Those things will be used to ask you a lot of questions. The 9th question is usually, if we give you the money, what are you going to do with it? People want to know that you know exactly where this money is supposed to go right now in your business. You understand what the challenge is. This is not the time for you to say something like, first and foremost, I'll go and give my tithe in church. They don't care about your church and your religion, and they care about making their money back. So this is not the time to talk about your passion and your fight and to say, I'll be so happy, it will be the best thing. Nobody fucking cares. This is the time to say, these are the results that we're having. These are the areas we feel like we invest more, we're going to get more results. These are the things that we need to get. Sound like you understand your business. So don't go talking to them about your passion, about how excited you are, about tithing, about gifting cash to your parents. Nobody fucking cares about shit like that. Everybody just wants to know that you know exactly where this money is going to go to if they give it to you, and you know what to do with it. The 10th question is, what is the need for your business? They ask you this question, all they're simply saying is, what is the problem that exists in the world that your business is trying to solve? They are not asking you how much money you need them to give you. So don't get this English wrong. What is the need for your business is simply, okay, great. So the need for my business is, this is the problem that we're trying to solve. This is the problem that people have in the world. That's how you answer the question. They just fucking want to know that this business is actually solving a real problem that people have. That's simple. And if you're confused and you're not so clear, because sometimes people can coin English in 1 million ways, just ask them, do you mean the problem I'm trying to solve in my business, or the things that I need to move forward in my business? And number 11 would be, why this business? Why are you in this business in the first place? So motivation, what is driving you? So here they just want to find out if your motivation is to have a Ferrari, live bougie on Lagos Island, be a boss, things like that. If that's your motivation, they are trying to get clear. And usually when people answer this question, if you're lying, your answers will come with a lot of fluff and very little passion. For someone that's really passionate, you will know. You will just know. Now you'll be thinking, why do VCs care about motivation? Well, they care because they know that business is hard. They know that there are days when you're going to want to give up, and they're giving you their money, hoping that you will be able to stay and not walk away. Your staying depends a lot on what drives you. What is driving you to do this thing? And it also lets them know a lot about your character, a lot about who you are as a person. And sometimes even when your motivation sort of like connects with a cause that they're really passionate about, it also helps you, get their ears, get their attention, makes you memorable. And I'm just going to throw in a bonus number 12 question that VCs often ask. And this question is, how do you intend to capture your market share? So what is your plan to get those people in? What are you already doing? They want to know how you intend to market to those people, how you intend to bring them on board. They want to gain clarity on that exactly. And so you need to have a marketing strategy. You need to have things that you're already doing or things that you plan on doing, whether it's 3 to 5 things that you plan on doing to draw people in. While you're doing all of this, make sure that you're telling them that you have, plan A, plan B, plan C, and you're testing your shit out to know what works and what doesn't work consistently. And what you find that works, you're going to double down on that thing. Because the truth is, if you haven't yet tested and you don't have the answers, you don't want to sound like you already know when you haven't tested yet. But if you have tested and you have the answers, way more grease to your elbow. It means that you're talking from a place of actual experience, from a place of actual results and actual facts. So there you have it, guys. All the basic questions that VCs would ask you. This doesn't mean that's it. That's what VCs would ask you. These are like the core ones that if you don't have the answers to this question, people just be looking at you like you're so unserious. There's a kind of a question that you'll be asked. They know it's hard. Then there's one that they will ask you, and they're like, well, it's a basic thing that every business owner should know. So there you have it, guys. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.